I think that the future of aquaristic is also aquascaping, because of course this is a new trend, but the people more and more, they would like to have nice scaped aquariums, stuff like that. So I believe that this is the future, and I always say, guys, if you have a shop, very important, show nice tanks, because then you will get the customers in the shops, and if they see that, they get inspired, and they would like to have something like that. Okay, so but I introduced Oliver Knott. Oliver, tell us what you will do today.
So I try to explain you in more 45 minutes to making an aquascape, and I want to inspire you to making a nice tank in your shop that you can inspire your customers. So I start with this tank. It's 60 centimeter long, and it's only 30 centimeter high. This is the special kind, and it's a white glass tank, and it's very interesting to making open tanks. So before I start to making this layout, I want to explain you the difference of the background. So if you have a white wall, you can it's not necessary to using a background, but with a different background you can have different kind of impressions. For example, if you're a woman, you can make the orange or the pink one for the Hello Kitty tank. That's just shows it. Or black is very traditional, and I choose a blue one. For example, it's a transparent blue, and it's very easy to put in, so it's very nice for the Chris, can you help me? There's no glue here, so it's very easy. Just make this like this, put a little bit water behind, and then you can just put them over in it. It's a transparent blue, and this gives the tank a really nice deepness. Also for the marine guys here, if you have a marine tank with a blue lightning background, it's very impressive. You get a real deep. So just put them here and then remove the water as good as possible. And the good one for this, if you want to change it, so come on. It's not perfect now, but I think it's okay. If you want to change it, you can remove it. Very easy, and you can make black. We have white, we have transparent, we have blue, deep blue, we have everything. So, this is the first step. The second step is the aquarium ground. I tried to make not so much advertising here at the show. It's an independent show, and but I use my own soil. I think I know it very well. So for the people who don't know it, it's an active soil coming from Japan, West Japan, 1,000 kilometers from Fukushima, just for the information. So it's not any influence of the catastrophe. And important is, this is a volcanic ash, burned 2 times, and it's a very strong material for plants. So it softens the water and release nutrients. And very important, never wash a kind of product like this. If you wash it, you destroy the structure. So just open the bag and put it inside. Nothing more. And you don't need any fertilized ground for this tank, because the soil is very rich of nutrients. And the plant roots, they adapt here on every kind of gravel or soil. So you see, when I use a lot of soil, I never use to making aquascaping. So a lot of soil, you don't need plants, and on the decoration, you only have soil. It's okay. So there's different possibilities to making an aquascape. There's thousands different possibilities, and I try to making something like this. So this is the second step, or the first step. The soil is in the shape. Now we come to the next important step. So this is in Germany we call this mini Landschaft. For the scaper, it's a Seiyu stone. It's a very traditional aquascaping stone, and it's, I think, the most famous, for sure. Very important is that you have a good material, good scaping material, also for your shop. If you only buy, sell 5 or 6 centimeter small stones, you can't make anything really impressive. So the size is very important. So I try to find a way where the stone is most impressive. Something like this. And I use the bigger one to stabilize the big one. So I start with the right side, and using here. It's a little bit too big, but I love it. It's a nice shape. But I love to see the shape of the stones. So I think it's okay. It's good. It's fast scaping. Ich versuche jetzt mal so ein bisschen Mix Deutsch, Englisch. Ist zwar schwierig, aber ich versuche es mal. So, just the details. And you don't have to be afraid that all the things collapse if you make the water inside, because the small stones hold the big one. So. And this is the hardscape. It's the 5-minute hardscape.
But this is the interesting thing, you know, that you don't need that much time to scape a tank. This is very important, you know. In the past, we always took a lot of time to put the gravel in and then the plants. And, you know, this is the old-fashioned style. Don't look that good. But now you can see in about how many minutes you arranged all these things, 7, 8 minutes, maybe 10. So in 10 minutes, you can have already the hardscape and in a very nice style. And for me, it looked very modern. And this is what we need, because the kids, you know, if you have a PlayStation and this hobby and that hobby, you cannot come with old-styled, old-fashioned aquaristic. They need something really interesting. And this is the solution, in my opinion.
To make it not too, that is more interesting for you, I'm starting now with a planting. When I want to show you something new for this, I only use for this tank in vitro plants. There's plants coming from a lab. You see this small tank on the right side is also made only in 5 weeks, only with in vitro plants. And if you never used it before, just try it, because it's the easy way to keep the plants. And this is new, and many customers and also shop owners are afraid to make something new. But there's a lot of fortune when you're using in vitro plants, because the plants are in a perfect condition, growing from a lab, and they adapt fantastic underwater. And I use 3 different kind of, or 4 different kind of plants. Every foreground plant, so the whole tank is covered with only with small plants, small growing plants, 5-6 centimeter high, like on the right tank. So we have Hemianthus, like in this tank, and we have Eleocharis parula, Echinodoros tenellus, and we have Starogyne. And with these 4 kind of plants, I try to making the planting. And when I finish with the planting, I try to explain you how the plant's growing and how the plants is developed.
Ollie, how many plants are you using for this aquarium, for example? What is the value?
The sort or the quantity?
Both. No, the sort not, but what is the value and how many of them?
So normally I used to be about 4 different kind of sorts and maybe about 30 pots or 30 cups to getting a fast result. That's important. That the customer see the fast result, and then you sell a lot of plants.